Today. Now going over to the Culture Proud podcast, you have Scottish Prime Minister saying JK Rowling tweets are, quote, offensive and unsettling, unquote. Which, I don't want to say you're a weak man, but, well, I guess I kind of do. I've never heard a man say the word unsettling. I don't know if it's just a feminine word or sounds weak, but have you ever used that vernacular in common usage from your friends if you're a guy tuning in the show? Now, again, this comes to us thanks to Lives of TikTok on X Twitter, and she says, quote, Scottish First Minister Husma Yousaf described JK Rowling tweets as offensive and unsettling. Scotland passed a quote-unquote hate speech bill, and on the first day received over 4,000 complaints. A majority of the complaints were reportedly about Husma's anti-white racist comments. Is this considered hate speech? And here's a little video of that man. Now, he might be morally depravable. However, he did do one thing right. He has one redeeming factor. He did, as all men should, suit up. So, at least he has some modicum of fashion sense.
White. Every High Court judge, white. The Lord Advocate, white.
And this is Scotland, right? Okay.
The Lord Justice Clerk, white. Every High Court judge, white. The Lord Advocate, white. The Solicitor General, white. The Chief Constable, white. Every Deputy Chief Constable, white. Every Assistant Chief Constable, white. The Head of the Law Society, white. The Head of the Faculty of Advocates, white. Every Prison Governor, white. And not just Justice. The Chief Medical Officer, white. The Chief Nursing Officer, white. The Chief Veterinary Officer, white. The Chief Social Work Advisor, white. Almost every trade union in this country headed by people who are white. In the Scottish Government, every Director General is white. Every chair of every public body is white. The Lord Justice...
He sounds very angry and attacking people based on their race. That doesn't seem right. As liberals might say, that is problematic, quote unquote. Another word used all too often these days, to be honest. Now, of course, it sounds like he's very upset. Instead, he should be asking himself, perhaps, are these most qualified people? Then I would have a problem. If they have someone who's in office who just got elected because they had someone call in a favor, or they're just wholly inept or they're terrible at the job, and yeah, get them out. Primary them. Give the people the choice to vote for a different candidate. Presumably, most of these positions, you could also have them reelected, and if you don't agree with their policies, you could primary them out. But let's go to the comments and see what the folks have to say. And again, that went viral to say at least. Got 2.6 million views and 34,000 likes within the first 24 hours. Now, Paul Zazupa says, quote, imagine if a politician said what Husma Yousaf said in this video, but instead said that it was black people. Now, that would be international outrage. Yousaf hates white people. He should now be prosecuted based on hate speech bill that he championed. That's the law now, right? Unquote. They got 6.7 thousand likes, which, of course, he won't be prosecuted. We all know those laws they're applied unequally, ironically. Scrolling down. Liberal Media TM says, quote, so basically, free speech is dangerous unless liberals control it. And that's what an audience of the NPC guy is screaming. That got 2.3 thousand likes. Ethan Crooks says, quote, this guy upset about white people in Scotland is like me going to Japan and complaining that there's too many Japanese people in their government. It's beyond absurd, unquote, getting 5.2 thousand likes. Joshua Walker says, quote, rules for thee, but not for me. JK Rowling is standing up to do what is showing to be a tyrannical government. Husma is he who must not be named. I stand with JK, unquote, getting 1.7 thousand likes. And a good bonus for referencing Harry Potter. Hard Truth says, quote, according to Scotland, he needs to be locked up and reprogrammed, unquote, getting 1.5 thousand likes. Journal TM says, quote, I find the Scottish Prime Minister to be offensive and unsettling, and F his feelings, unquote, getting 1.3 thousand likes. George Alexampoulos says, quote, she should just buy Scotland at this point, like how Musk bought Twitter, unquote, getting 1.2 thousand likes. Let's see, scrolling down more and more. Richard Pierce says, quote, 4,000 on the first day, and before the, quote, hate speech bill began, Scottish authorities vowed to investigate each and every complaint. Good luck with that, unquote, getting 539 likes. Let's see here. Jennifer says they even gave him preferential treatment and didn't record it as a non-crime hate incident, in which they say they will always do. This is all nonsense. The bill needs to be scrapped. I'm getting 145 likes. Scrolling down more and more. Let's see. You have Branos saying, quote, this bill is intended to target people like JK. It's not an attempt to protect anyone. Getting 946 likes. You also have the doppelganger saying, quote, seems like he's the one who's racist. Getting 618 likes. Let's see here. Chan Chiata says, quote, just curious, how did Scotland get a representative named Humza Yousaf? What clan does he hail from? I'm quoting 255 likes. Matthew J. Show says, quote, Yousaf is total scum, getting 252 likes. Let's see. A lot of infographics about demographic shifts in these countries past couple of decades, with people of the country being replaced by people who are coming in. Let's see here. So overwhelming positive support. Let's see here. Do one more. Mark says, quote, here's a picture of Yousaf smiling and not smiling, with the juxtaposition text being, creating an online tool to report racism. And then when he's sad, saying, quote, finding out you're the most reported person, unquote, getting 490 likes. There's quite a few, to say the least. So it'll be interesting to see, does the law actually get overturned? Do people vote differently over there? How many people are the police realistically going to arrest over there for quote-unquote hate speech? I mean, we all know the law's not going to be equally applied. At what point do people just start voting differently, or, primarying their public officials? Maybe they themselves get into office. But at least on social media, I mean, Mr. Yousaf is completely, as the youth might say, ratioed, to say the least. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in today. Again, we're trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month, so if you could click that button, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, leaving a thumbs up, a thumbs down, or a comment is a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Sharing the video is also a great way to help with the natural Rumble and YouTube algorithms. Lastly, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.